lots of small news tidbits coming up right here, right now. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to RomRom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to our news roundup where we tell you all that's new in the world of sim racing, racing games and anything of interest to petrolheads in all things digital. Our news today is not gonna be long, but we have lots of news for you. News about the sequel to MudRunner, changes in the Need for Speed environment, a follow-up to the Humble Bundle Australia Fire Relief, a new Wreckfest DLC, some news about 3D printing and motorsport, an invitational race for R3E aliens, and the less aliens amongst us can participate tomorrow in the race organized by the VGA. Remember, if you have any news for us, be it a sim racing league, a different sim racing event, or any other news that you think fit here, send us a mail to news@romrom.net. That's news@romrom.net. And if you want to be informed about new videos, click subscribe and also click on the bell and become part of the ever-growing RomRom family. It's time to stop playing in the mud because MudRunner is dead. Welcome, SnowRunner. Saber Interactive's new game will have you driving in the snow with similar vehicles as MudRunner, but this time, as the name says, you will be in a snowy environment. Available from April 28th on for PlayStation, Xbox One and PC, you will be able to play with 3 other players in full co-op mode. A very interesting thing to all fans of the series is that it will offer full mod support. Since Assetto Corsa Competizione and Automobilista 2 are offering no mod support, it's good to see that a company supports the community that is in love with its game. No price has been announced yet, and let's be clear, the release on April 28th is only for the Epic Game Store. No release for Steam has been announced and we don't know if it's planned or not. We're pretty sure fans of MudRunner will love SnowRunner, it looks quite good on the trailer. Development of Need for Speed will go back to UK as franchise owner EA had difficulties getting enough developers to work in Gothenburg. While the studio in Gothenburg is going to continue existing, its size is going to be reduced. Many developers in Gothenburg will have to move to UK. The studio in Gothenburg had developed the last 4 Need for Speed games. We're not sure if the Need for Speed team is going to continue working together, so maybe the Need for Speed series is going to change gears. We pointed out the Australia Fire Relief bundle a couple of weeks ago, and we're very glad to say that Humble Bundle has sold 60,000 of these bundles and raised in total 2.4 million USD to support the animal welfare charities and the Red Cross working on the relief. Well done, Humble Bundle. Yet another DLC for Wreckfest has come out. The Rusty Racecar pack is the 6th DLC for the game and is available for $3.99 US or Euro. This DLC brings 3 new cars into Wreckfest. It seems we are the only ones underwhelmed by these DLCs because they wouldn't be delivering so often if they would not sell. Anyway, good for THQ, good for Wreckfest, which is a game that we can absolutely recommend. One tidbit of information that doesn't have to do with sim racing, but that we found very interesting nonetheless. You may or may not know that there is a Seat Leon competition. Seat Motorsports division Cupra is producing many of the parts for the Leon's competition with the help of 3D printers from HP. Some of the parts that are printed include the air vents, the water cooling inlets and the door mirrors. We'll see how these 3D printed parts will survive in the first race in Portugal, Portimao. The use of 3D printing for motorsports is not new. It is known that groups as Red Bull and Williams are using 3D printed parts. To celebrate and to test, and we suppose also to market their ranking servers, Sector 3 Studios are organizing a Ranked MP Invitational. Until the 13th of March, 9 o'clock GMT, you have time to belong to the top 30 drivers in the rankings table of Raceroom Racing Experience. Those within the top 30 drivers will be invited to a race on 24th March 2020 at 1900 GMT. The invitational event will consist of 3 races, each of 20 minutes. The first one being WTCR at Hungaroring, the second GTR4 at Laguna Seca, and the third GTR3 at Silverstone. We at RomRom will be watching from the side because we're pretty sure we're not even going to make the top 300, much less the top 30. We're pretty sure though that it's going to be very interesting races watching the aliens fight it off. Talking about Hungaroring, we are gonna be racing tomorrow the DTM 2016 with Raceroom Racing Experience together with the VGA. As always, everyone is invited to participate. As always, practice starts at 2000 CET, qualifying at 2100 and the race from 2120 until 40 minutes later. As we are nearing the end of the DTM 2016 series, the VGA welcomes any ideas of what we should be racing after that. Any ideas that you have are welcome in our comments. Of course, also any other kind of comments are welcome. We love to hear from you. This was a short news roundup. If you got the taste of video sharing the joy of sim racing, check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until the next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium.